Alright everyone, it's Blazer here, and today I got myself something that I've been wanting to track down for quite a while now for my PS5. And it is on one of those vertical stands. I've recently just got my hands on one of those vertical stands, but a different kind of vertical stand. And this was one of the things I've been after for quite some time, because when I got my PS5, the slim one, which you can see right there, that's my PlayStation 5 Slim. Yeah, the PlayStation 5 Slim, for some reason they never come with any of those stands that normally comes with the original PlayStation 5 models. So recently I picked up one of them, and it's a different kind of stand that normally you would find. Well, you would find a basic stand that you just, it's just a normal stand that you would put your PS5 on top of it and screw it up, and you could have it like a stand, and you can have it just normally standing vertically, and you'll have like plenty of room for the thingy to come out, spacing for it or whatever. But I picked up one of those multi-function stands for my PS5, and I have it with me, just ready to unbox, ready to go. And here it is. Here it is. The DLX+LED multi-function charge stand. Yep. It's a stand that has all the functionality of a console stand, the LED lighting, the controller charge, cooling, and storage. Yep, that is everything that it says on the box here. Yep, you can see it's got like a big stand that holds 2 controllers, headphones, and it's also got like that, and also a pack of cases right there, storage, and this. And I actually picked this up for actually quite a cheap price for it. They're having Smith's was having the Smith's toy store, which I bought this from, was selling this at a discounted price. So I actually figured I'd get this. And yeah, I got myself quite a bargain for it. And yep, it's in one of the big boxes that you can see. So it says on the top here, DLX+LED multi-function charge stand. It's got the description, what its purpose is for, and shows that it will work with the original and slim versions of the PS5 in either the disc or digital versions of the console. And yeah, mine is my PS5 is a slim disc version. And yeah, and here it shows what it'll work with. The PS5 original, PS5 disc and digital, and slim either disc or digital, and it will show the controller compatibility, which is either the DualSense or the DualSense Edge, which is the Pro edition of the PlayStation 5 controller. And it has the multi-mode LED lighting, which has a range of different colors. Yeah. Console, controllers, accessories, and games not included, because why the heck would they not have anything with that? And the evidence says PlayStation for PlayStation 5 original, slim, disc, and digital consoles. Yeah, so it'll work with the PlayStation 5 standard ones, either your disc or digital versions of the original PlayStation 5 models, and also the slim ones, but not the Pro ones if you have a PlayStation 5 Pro. On the side there, it's got, it's got, basically just the advertisement. And it's from iMP Tech. Lovely there. Like the little devil face there, and with a smiler. Right, and on the back, it's got the descriptions. It reads, stylish design complements all PlayStation 5 consoles perfectly. Discreet platform with drop and charge functionality for DualSense and DualSense Edge controllers, and multimedia ambient lighting, free speed cooling fan moves heat away from the console. Yep, this is what I also wanted it for as well. It's for the cooler. It's for the cooling as well, because I'm going to need a cooling, especially in this time of the year for my console, to make sure that it's cooling, making sure that it's cool and not overheating. Although additional storage for your gaming headset, media remote, and games is also included. And here's all the other features. Multi-ambient LED lighting with single color or rainbow pulse effect. Micro charging dongles allow drop and charge functionality for DualSense and DualSense Edge controllers with LED charge indicators. Free speed cooling fan takes heat away from the console. Storage for headset and media remote. 5-game pop-out storage rack. Locking screw attaches console firmly to the stand. Fits both PlayStation 5 Slim, disc, and digital versions, and original PS5 disc and digital with the included console adapter. Yeah, but there's all the images that you're going to see with the console, like it's holding the controllers, holding the headphones, and the storage you can put in for your games. And there's everything that's all there. Marvelous. So, time to unbox it and so, of course, take that down. And, yep, I can see it's got those little sticky tape things on there. Sickly sticky tape things on there, which are a pain. There's two. Here's the first one. Alright, that's one. Alright, that's one. That's that one. There's the first one. And there's the other one, which is back here. Not easy doing it with one hand. And here it is. There's the tape. Just put it to the side. And there we go. We can then open it. And there it is. I'm opening it. Alright, I'm going to lay it down right here. and then just pull it out. That, I assume, is one of the pieces. That's another, that's a box. Something else in it. And there's something else in there. And this has got to be the stand itself, with instructions, how to set it up, and here it is. The tape on it. And here it is. And here it is. There's that. And there it is. There's the stand. We have a little notice on there. It says, you must set the following feature on the console for controllers to charge when the console is not in use. Number 1. Set the gear icon on the top right corner of the main menu screen to open your settings. Head to System, head down to Power Saving, open features available in rest mode. Change the supply power to USB port setting. You can change it to supply power to the USB ports for 3 hours while the PS5 is in rest mode or always. Please note in either instance you may wish to power the DLX stand fan off whilst the controllers are charging. When powering off the console, please select rest mode to charge your controllers whilst the console is not in use. After a couple of seconds, the light bar on your controller will start glowing orange. Yep, so that's the instructions that it says. Alright, so anything else? Yeah, I've got everything in there. Alright, so I'll hold on to these to that side. And we're going to open the rest of these. Right, now this has got to be, I think, the cover for it. Yep, there it is. There's the cover. Put that. And then we got this last one, which is, please open this box. Important parts included: connection cable, console base lock and screw, USB A to C adapter for connecting external HDD where needed, USB-C and 2 USB-C controller magnet charge adapters. Yep, in case I need those. Alright, so I've opened it. So you open this and everything is all in here. So you get alright, let me have a look in here before I show it on the camera. I think these are what are these? I think these are the pieces, and that's the USB. as well as a bunch of other screws inside. So what we're going to need to do is set up how to set this thing, is figure out how to set this thing up, and this is where the instructions come in, because you need to do a bunch of things with your PS5. Console, and then set this son of a bitch up. But I do know exactly where this goes. Yeah, I think this goes in here. And you can, and this is where I think you put your headphone in, and I'll show it off very quickly. Here's where it goes, the headphones. Wow, look at that. Alright, so this, alright, so the rest of it, now as for the rest of this, let's have a look. So as for the rest of it, now is it one side or is it? Ah, so it's one side. So yeah, that's where it goes. So you got one side, one thing here. That's where you put your media remote, and two of these is where you put your controllers. Yeah. And I'm just going to take one of my standard PS5s, DualSenses. I see. So that's how it fits in. So that's entirely how it fits in. Now, if we put all of this together, we could this thing put together. So alright, so opening this thing up, here is what you got. You got a very small USB to a small USB-A to USB-A, but it also connects to, you also got one connecting to USB-C, and it's a very small cable, I assume. And also inside the bag, they are, I think, yep, as I figured, these are the screws. Put the screws in to put the PlayStation to plug into the PS5. And there's about, yeah, there's two of these I gotta do. Now, let's have a look at the other one. Is there a way to open this thing? Okay, got the thing open, and here it is. Here's the little fella. Right, you got inside, you do get what I assume to be a USB-C replacement component thing right here. Alright, so I think that's all the pieces you're given when you unbox the thing. So I'll put that to the side here. Now move through this. Yeah. Okay. So I got all the pieces that it comes with. And now all we need to do is figure out how to set up the controller stand. But let's have a look at the control unit. Right, so you got the thing that powers on the stand, which you can turn it on, and you got the thing that I assume, if the instructions tell me, if I can look at the instructions, that it tells me the controls of it. One of them is for the fans, and one of them, this button here, I assume is the light, and this right there has got to be the button for the fans, for operating the fans. And alright, and I assume pressing one of these is going to help adjust the settings on them. Now you do also have a USB in, a USB out, which is just another thing you could just slot a USB thing inside it, kind of. Yeah, which is, I'll try it. Hang on. Alright. Yep, that fits in. And that fits in as well. Although it also has a slot for the USB-C, which I'm assuming this is what you use to plug the thing to the console. To plug the this device in onto the console. So yeah, that's what I assume it does. Alright, so let's have a look at the instructions. Alright, so here's the instructions. The DLX+LED multi-function charge, cool and constant store stand. Original the consoles, whatever console you're using. And here's the pages. Description showing casing like what you can and what to do. What's this compatible for, and the electrical parameters, and the indicators, legal notices, and how to charge your controllers. Yeah, iMP to enable charge when in rest mode. And here's the rest of the instructions on how to set it up and what I'm going to need to do to set the thing up and how to how to properly set up this son of a bitch. So I'm going to read the instructions on how to set it up, and then I'll jump cut to when I'm ready to start setting it up. So be a moment. Alright, so the first thing we do need to do is we do need to unscrew the bottom of the PS5. So I'm going to need to take out the USB controller ports on my PlayStation 5 controller, like so. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and also disconnect all my... Basically, I'm just needing to disconnect both my PS5 and my controller. My PS5 controller is from my system, and I'm just gonna move it. I'll just move it somewhere out of the way. And then we do need to come over here. So I'll show you what you need to do. This is not going to be very easy. So I'll need to flip it over and unscrew it and screw my PS5. So I'm going to jump cut to taking a look to flipping the PS5 over and undoing the screws on my PS5 console. So jump cut then. Alright, so here it is. I've flipped the PS5 over. Now you can see it flat upside down like that. Now what I'm pointing to right here is that little unscrew that you need to uncork with the PS5. So you need to get one of these things. What I've got is my little card here. Now what this will do is you need to unscrew that piece of screw there. You're not going to see it very well because of my camera resolution, but what you need to do is, this will require two hands. This may require two hands. There you go. Is put the card in there, unscrew that, and there you go. And you can put, and there's the screw there that you can use to put the thing into the console. So I'm gonna put that corkscrew right here, and that is where we're gonna put the stand onto this console. And what I'm going to do now is make sure the rest of the console is unplugged as well. So I'm going to unplug the PS5 and this to make sure that the PS5 is unplugged from here. And then we're gonna set it up and put it into the console stand. So jump cut till we do that. Right, and I have noticed that on the instructions that I found the compartment that allows me to undo the cover, but I haven't been. I'm trying, to figure out how to do that, and I've been trying, to push something, but I think it's just stuck there. And yeah, I don't seem to pull it out. Am I supposed? So was I supposed to push it down? Push that or there or whatever? The instructions don't even say. Like I checked the manual. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll just have to leave that there and just don't bother. Kind of annoying, really. Because I really wanted to take that thing out, but it says that you can remove it, but I just think it's just stuck together on it or something. Oh well. Anyway, back to the putting the thing together. Now, if you look at the thing on the back there, you can see that there's on the original model there's a little cover that you can put on top of the original PlayStation 5 console. Yeah, there's this little thing right here where you put one of these two screws, I think, on the bottom here, yeah, to hold the thing up in position. But I don't need to do that with my PlayStation 5 Pro. No, I mean my PS5 Slim over there. There it is, my PlayStation 5 Slim. So I don't need to put it onto the console, but instead what I need to do is put the thing put my PS5 Slim onto this stand here, and then put the screw there on the top of it. So here we are again with my PlayStation 5 Slim and my stand. So what we need to do is put the stand onto the PS5 Slim, onto my PlayStation 5 Slim, and there we go. And then we need to put the screw in here. I'll probably need to do two hands with the screw here. Yeah, doing this with one hand, pretty much impossible, so I'll cut two and I screwed it in. Alright, so what you do is you push the screw down there. Like, make sure it's pushed all the way down, and then we do the screw. Thankfully, the rest of it can be done with one hand. Turning it sideways. Yeah, again, not easy to do. Alright, I'll make sure it's all screwed and tied in, and then we can then start assembling the rest of the unit together. But otherwise I think it seems all tightly screwed in. I'll eventually screw the whole thing in tightly sometime after the video. So either way, I think it's time I get the rest of this thing put together. Alright, so I flipped the console back up now, so now it's back facing the other way. Now I got the console all flipped up and ready after setting it up, but there's still a couple more things we need to do. First of all, I found these little USB-C devices, which they plug in to these little controller ports there. You put one of these into here. So there you go. You put it into this first one here. There's the first one. So there you go. There's the first one. Sorry you can't see it very well, but I'll try and carry some light. Now here is where you put the controller. That's where you put the controller into. So I'm going to put the second one in. So it goes right into there. There's like a little magnetic thing that holds the thing in place. So put it in here, and there you go. You can put the controller all into place here. So there we go. We'll put the controller right in here. So that's all that. So that's that one. And then lastly, there's this. Here is this. This is for the back of the console. So we need to flip this. And where we can, and let's see where we can find the USB. Right, there's the USB, one of two ports. Put the USB into here. There we go. I needed a two-hand there, and then we put this into that, and I think this goes into that as well in the other slot. Not sure if it will requires two or one of these, but here it is. It's all together. There you go. You can now see here that two of these USB ports are now plugged in, and that is plugged in through that. And here it is, and there's my PlayStation 5 now with my new stand. Now if we've done the setup pretty well, we can start putting my controllers on there and start seeing if I've done the setup all right. So let's plug in my PlayStation 5 console, and we'll see see if it turns on or not. Alright, I got the PlayStation 5 on, and I got a game on in the background. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna show you now. The thing is now set up. The thing is plugged in. Make sure the two USB ports there are now plugged in at the back there. Now I'm going to now turn on the thing. There's 3 buttons here. There's your power button, there's your light button, and then there's your fan button. And there's 3 indicators that indicate indicate off, on, but low and off and low blow fan, and is high blow, and is max power, where the fan is on the maximum power, cooling off your console. So I'm going to turn it on and show you. So there it is, it's turning on. Now when you see it turn on, you'll see lights on the console. You see the lights on there, the LEDs. Now there's a couple of options you can do with the lights. You can press one of these buttons. You can press this button here and it will cycle through like all the available lights. Or you can just turn the thing off right there. On or off the light there. And you can cycle through like a number of different colors. Yeah, looks pretty cool, don't it? I'm gonna leave it at orange there, because I really like that color. So you can see all through the stand, the console stand, you can see the whole thing just lighting up. Now we need to discuss the fan. Now to turn on the fan is this button here. The third button there is the light. The fan, sorry. The second button is the fan. The third button is the fan. Right, so what this button does is turn on the fan. So at the moment the fan is off, but turn on the fan with this third button, and it will activate the fan. What you will hear is a very low sound of the fan just activating and cooling down my PlayStation 5 console. And what this will do is, if the console is getting hot, starts to get hot, turning on the fan will help keep the console cool and keep the temperature as low as it can. But you can optionally turn up the cooler, like so. Press it again, and you can hear it doing the fans. So that's another cool thing it's doing right now. Now we're gonna show off the other things as well, like the controllers, putting them on the charging stand. So what we need to do is take one of your PlayStation 5 DualSense, your PS5 controller, or the DualSense Edge, your Pro controller. So what this thing does, so what you see here is, again, USB-C connector connecting to the USB-C port there on the controller. So the first thing you need to do is swap it round, and I'll probably need to make sure the thing is turned round. Or what you can do is take this, which can be removed, and put it onto the controller itself, which can be shown right here. There you go, it's in. Slot that in, and then you slide it, you put it into the unit. There you go, it's in the unit now. So there you go. you can see now the thing is lighting up, and what it will do, it will start charging the controller from here. Now we're going to do the same with my other controller, my other DualSense. Now I wonder if it'll do it with the jacket on that it's got on. So again, we're going to do the same thing. Turn it around because I put it in backwards. Make sure you put it in the right way, otherwise if you know that it's not putting in the right way, that means you know it's not correct. That's not inserted correctly. So make sure the controller is laying like this, and then lay it down. And yep, it did light up. It probably won't light up too properly. See, there it is. Now it's finally lighting up. So, yep, that means now that controller is now charging. But although it probably won't matter too much, because considering that controller's been used in wired for quite some time, so it'll probably be alright. Right there. So there's one little test I want to do, because it looks exactly almost like a PS5 DualSense. I want to try it with this. I want to try it with my third-party PS4 controller that looks exactly like a PS5 DualSense. I want to see if I can try it, but I might have to do this with two hands to get it out because it's stuck. Oh well, be right back. Okay, I'm back with the thing. The USB little thingy there, and it's now on the my third-party PS4 pad. Now, considering that it looks like a DualSense, I reckon it will fit onto this. I'm gonna try it, just out of my curiosity. So let's see, will it fit? Oh my god, it actually does. My little PS4 controller, my third-party PS4 controller actually fits into this thing. Because you can tell that it's actually lighting up. It may be showing a different color, but that's showing that it does somewhat recognize it. And if I look at the instructions, what does that red light mean? Does this show it? I'm just reading the instructions. I don't think the instructions. Yeah, the charging. Yeah, red means it's charging. Fully charged is blue, and not charging is no light. Yeah, that's according to the instructions I'm reading. Yeah. Yep. Okay then. So that's that's an indication that red is charging. Fully charged is blue. Yeah. Which one of my other DualSense is already charged fully anyway. That's more than okay. So that's fine. So that's more or less okay. Alright. So, better game. So that looks really good. So I got a brilliant, fascinating bit of kit there But of course, I've also got a free USB port here where I can just either stick this thing in here for no reason or just stick it in here for no reason. Yeah, which is just said no too many USB devices detected. Yeah, I shouldn't connect it. Yeah, that's okay. But if in case I ever do need it, it's probably not important anyway. Oh wait, is this a USB-C something? Oh, probably stuck it in wrong. Oh. Yeah, it's meant to be a USB-C to standard USB thing. Yeah, if I ever need it. Yeah, it's there. Alright, so that's brilliant. So that's a brilliant piece of kit I got there. The stand works. It's a little bit of an iffy thing to set up, but once you do get the setup tools to set it up, it's actually not that bad. And of course, there's the additional thing with this, if you've got just a regular PS5, which makes it, an extra pain in the ass to set up. But other than that, it is a simple thing bit of kit to put together. I'm gonna put the box and all the other crap that it came with in the box and put it in the storage cupboard whenever I need it. But I'll put the other stuff on the PS5 and we can have a little look at it. I'll get my headset as well to put on top of it. In case I want to put it here near to the PS5 so that my headset is out of the way, because usually it's in the way of either my PC or just near to the side on my desk there where my fan is, right there. So I kind of like it that I got that little headset stand there that I can put it there if I want to, or if I want to put it there on my the thing is, all of this looks so good. All this looks solid. I can power this thing on. I can power it off anytime. I can change the fan color. It's got a stand. It's got a little thing to put my remote. And I think the bottom also there has got a little place where you can just put your games on there. That is if you can take the cover off. It's a pain in the ass, I tell you. You got a place to put your headphones. Thing to put your two controllers that you're using. There, either your PS4 pad. Well, at least this PS4 pad, this third-party one, and your two PlayStation 5 DualSense controllers, if you want to use them. But of course, you can still use your USB if you want to. You know, if you wanna plug it all in there. You know, just take it all out. There and such. So whenever you need to take it out, you just take it all out. Now as for getting this thing off with normal hands, yeah, I kind of find this a bit of a nuisance. And about the only way I was able to get it to come off is by putting my teeth through it. Yeah, I have to use my teeth to get this thing off. Because once it gets stuck on there, yeah, it's kind of a nuisance to get it off. But either way, I do kind of like that this thing actually does connect it to the device properly. So whenever I need to, whenever I do need to connect the device, yeah, I can just slap it down there, and it all looks good. And plus, the amount of spacing I got here and it cooling off my PS5, yeah, really good. And I can always just turn it off whenever I don't need it on. Or turn the fan on, or change the color to something bright, or just turn it off in 10 general. That's really is a good one. So yeah, so I think this is an excellent piece of kit I got here. Fantastic bit of kit that comes with the stand, your charging units, your cooling, and yeah, it's basically everything you want for a vertical stand for your PlayStation 5s. And if you ever needed a vertical stand, yeah, this is a good alternative. This is definitely a good choice, considering if you want a charging unit, you want you know, something to put your headphones on, something to put your games on to. It's nice if you can get the cover to come off, which I can't. But that's okay. That's okay, because I'm going to be having my PS5 games strictly over there anyway. And I've got the units there to charge my controllers. A nice little USB port there to use. And yeah, it's everything I want for a controller stand. So, brilliant. I freaking love this thing. And I can always just put all my USB devices in the fridge if I've got more. That's fine, which is still perfectly fine. So yeah, this is gonna do it for this video. So I hope you all enjoyed it, this little setup video, and such. And I hope you all enjoyed it. Give me a comment, like, and subscribe. Also check out some of my Gamespot blog of some of the gaming showcase blogs that I've been working on, which I've still got like more to do, like over the course of the week, and I hope to get on with those at some point. But yeah, either way, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'll see you all next time. Take care of yourselves, and goodbye.